guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel, whichever is today, and it is Ren time once again. Part 3, the final part of this unbelievable money game trilogy. This is the longest part as well. Wow, 9 minutes 19. I noticed as well, just as I clicked on the video, this is 3 years after part 2, which is interesting that he went back to it. So I don't know if he originally wanted this to be a trilogy, or if he, you know, if it was one of those things that he made part 1 and he was like, you know what, I have more to say, let's do part 2, and then years later if he was like, you know what, we need a part 3. But anyway, should be interesting regardless. So part 3.
Tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then a lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket. 35, he gets a call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed up, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck. Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, mine, gimme. 41, he wasn't walking. 42, not walking quickly. 43, never running round the pavements of his city. 44, inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble and perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Call the music. This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy. Community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution? Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface then consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise. "45, Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
I'm just repeating myself at this point, guys, but just genius. By the way, this is a continuous take again, I think, but I think it's maybe two, and I'm not saying that as a knock. It's just, again, I'm so used to editing and film and stuff like that, that is probably where the first take ends, and that's where the second take begins, maybe. I don't know. It's just I know that, you know, blank spaces like that can sometimes be used as a way to like hide and edit. And I'm not saying that's an incredible intelligent way to do it. But you think about that, is that that's 5 minutes in. So that insane setup before that is all one continuous take. And you think about it, the people involved. I can't like, from someone who's an actor myself, guys, and you could say a performer, right? I cannot get my head around the rehearsals that this would take to do this, honestly, and for it to be so delivered so immaculately. The camera work is just unbelievable in this video. This is probably, like, as far as in his videos, this is the best camera work, which is saying something. The best camera work I've seen in one of his videos. But yeah, I want to go back actually to the start there, because again, I talked about this in part one about how he's using these masks, and how in part one you have him on the seat, and you know, his hands are free to play the guitar, but yet he doesn't take the mask off, because of the whole ignorance is bliss thing that I talked about. If you saw part one, where, you know, we talked about the ignorance as far as the hypocrisy that we all do as far as this money game, you know, and he takes it off you. So he takes off the mask to tell the story. But yeah, if you look at him there, he's looking at himself in the mirror. It's incredibly vain and everything like that. He's immaculately dressed in the suit. And again, this is why I talk about, I can't get over he's had no acting training or anything like that, because he's just such an unbelievable visual storyteller in expression and movement and timing and everything like that as well, you know, just mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing. He's captivating to watch perform, and I'm not just talking about the fact, you know, how amazing musically he is, but just to watch perform like that, he's captivating every single time, you know. That's why a lot of people said when I checked out the tale of Jenny Screech and Violet, you know, like, people said I was a JPEG because I didn't move. That's because I'm captivated so much, guys, honestly. That's how captivated I am by him. And there's times where I probably just, I don't know if I did it then, but I shake my head. And the reason I'm shaking my head is because I'm just absolutely blown away by the quality of what I'm seeing in front of me. You know, that's what it is. That's what it is. And sometimes you're immersed, and then you have that moment that, oh my god, wait, I'm watching something here, which is a piece of art, and it's so good that I forgot that, you know, I was immersed for a second. This section here, the music in this section with the strings is absolutely stunning. That section musically, not talking about themes or performance or anything like that, but as far as like a snippet of one of his songs, musically, when those strings come in, is absolutely my favorite in any part of his songs musically, because his poetry going over those strings just unreal, man. Unreal. And of course the story itself, guys, is such an amazing story. Such an unbelievable story. And he talks about the corruption of greed, the corruption of money, the corruption of capitalism, the how it can lead into crime, how it can lead into like just being a shell of a person. Just immaculate storytelling told through music, which I think you could say for any one of the things that I've seen from him so far. Any one of the things. And again, I love how he stops the songs. He stops the songs just after the string section there. But he stops the songs before the phone call about the father, the death of the father and everything. And those stops before you go back in are so powerful, man. So powerful. And the fact that, again, throughout the video, you can see in his clothes he's getting more and more dishevelled. Do you know what I mean? Because the Jimmy that he's talking about is getting more and more dishevelled as the years go on. There's nothing like this that I've seen before. I've seen some spoken word stuff, guys, over the years. Of course, I've seen some rap. I've seen some UK rap and everything like that. And I've seen maybe a little bit of performance art in music. I've seen a lot of performance art because, again, what my degree in university was basically linked to performance art in some ways. But, like, I've never seen it put together like this. I've never seen it put together like that. It's just absolute privilege to watch, to be honest with you. Makes you think. It's art that makes you think, and it's art that's insanely entertaining at the same time, and sends you a message and leaves you with something, which is what you want, you know. I don't know what else to say really, but yeah, that was an amazing trilogy, guys. I know he's popular. But he should. This gentleman. He's one of those artists now that I would say there's artists that I check out on my channel where I go. It's a bittersweet feeling because I'm like, oh, it's amazing that I've discovered this artist, and a lot of people have helped me discover this artist. These people, you know, the people who are like my audience, my community, and everything like that. But there's another part of me that's like, why on earth, as a music fan, have I not heard of this person before? And I don't mean that as a way to knock myself. It's more, this person should be everywhere. I shouldn't be able to escape this person's name. There's artists like that have such talent where I'm like, they should be constantly being talked about. And this gentleman is definitely one of them. So, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Hit that like button if you did. That give me a great idea. You want to see more Ren on the channel. Let me know, obviously, what else I could check out from him. Safe to say I'm pretty much a fan at this point. And please subscribe because plenty of Ren on the channel already in the Ren Reactions playlist. Plenty more on the way. Hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, afternoon, night. Whenever you're watching this, please take care. Much love.